So I am going to tell you all about the Canon G7X today, the G7X Mark II. That is what I currently own. That is what I'm actually shooting this video on, so I cannot show it to you like physically because it is right there. I am very pleasantly surprised with the results that I've had with this camera trying to make it look cinematic. And today I spent the entire day out in my city gathering footage to show you what I mean by that, because it's really quite surprising how cinematic I could get it to look after editing it in post-production. So I'm gonna roll that clip for you now.
His hand on the wall, next to a Whippleball trophy that he won before they launched the war. His styles make fools of us all. Tack his cars, take his shit, bind the bastard to the floor. And the smug apprentice is trouble in the alley. Go back and lock the steel gate and the lights the dawn. Double paper evening service. See you soon, Mr.
So as you can see, it doesn't quite look like something that you would see in the movie theater. It still doesn't have that high quality big sensor that you would get like in a cinema camera or a higher quality DSLR. I do think though that it can compare to a lower quality DSLR. I used to shoot a lot of videos in the Canon 7D and I put them on YouTube and I was so embarrassed by the quality. With this camera, the images are very sharp and I love that. So this camera is not meant to do the things that a cinema camera does. If you want a real cinema camera, go out and get one if you have the budget. I would definitely recommend that. But if you're like me and you don't have the budget for the top of the line equipment yet, then this is a really great place to start. I will actually be shooting my short film on this camera to see how it does. I think it's actually going to do pretty well. Whether or not it's going to look amazing when it's stretched across the screen in a film festival or not, I don't know yet. But for YouTube and for internet video, this camera is really, you can't really compare it to any other camera out there. It is fantastic for vlogging. It is fantastic to just take with you and go anywhere. So the footage that you saw in my video clips was something that I shot in manual mode on this camera. So I adjusted the f-stop and the ISO and all of that myself, which I love that they have a manual mode on here. It was also shot in 24 frames per second. On the Canon G7X Mark II, you can shoot in 30 frames per second, 24 frames per second, and 60 frames per second, which is fabulous. I'm so glad that they do that. 24 frames per second gives it more of a cinematic look, so I chose this to shoot my footage on. I also used a slider and a jib to create the moving effects that you saw in the video. So if you can invest in a lower quality jib or slider, it will give your images more of a cinematic look than just handheld footage. This is a trick that you can use really to make any camera look a lot cooler, is just have, invest money in your equipment like stabilizers and sliders and jibs instead of the camera, which is what I have done. This footage was color corrected. I used DaVinci Resolve and I also used Magic Bullet to achieve the effects that you've seen in the video. I add film grain to the video to make it look more like an actual, it was shot on a film stock. I also add a vignette to it, as you can kind of see in the edges of that video. I love giving my footage a very vintage, feel, so I like to use sort of like pale rosy sort of colors. So I highly suggest you shoot in 24 frames per second with this camera, that you color grade it and that you invest in good quality equipment that can give your shots those moving sort of cinematic shots that you see. These things will give your Canon G7X Mark II a overall film quality, and I know that's what a lot of people are always trying to achieve with cheaper cameras. So the one downside to the Canon G7X Mark II is that it really struggles to focus.
Focus on me. Focus. Focus on me. Nope. There you go. There you go.
It struggles to capture your face and to track your face sometimes. Luckily, the camera has a camera tracking ability to where you can actually take a picture of your face and set that as your camera's parameters to use for a focal point so that it can memorize your face, which is super cool. However, I do not use it because I shoot other people so much that I don't want it to get confused. For some reason, I've noticed when I do manual mode on my camera, I don't have as much trouble focusing, and I think this is because it doesn't auto-correct the lighting like it does in the standard automatic mode. So I would suggest, if you want to get rid of some of your issues focusing, you want to put it on manual mode. Thank you so much for watching this video, guys. If you could, please like and subscribe. That would be wonderful, so that I can bring you more videos like this and more videos to help you out in your independent filmmaking, and also so that you can have fun with me and travel places and learn about vintage things. Thank you so much for watching.